After the first 2 games of the season, the Buffalo Bills continue to trend up in several areas, and why I believe this is so important for the success of the 2024 Buffalo Bills. Now, the first thing I want you guys to take a glance at is just look at this offensive line and the push and the domination on this offensive line. O'Cyrus Torrence, Spencer Brown clearing the way there. James Cook having just like an open crease. You could see James Cook just bam, creasing right through, running right off 79 and 64's butt, all the way breaking loose for a huge, huge touchdown. And let's not forget here, Jordan Poyer trying to chase down James Cook with the whiff. And the comment here by Circling Wagons podcast says, I will gladly take Damar Hamlin over Jordan Poyer at this point. Now, before we review the second touchdown for James Cook, look at O'Cyrus Torrence flexing his muscles there. This, to me, was simply because of our offensive line. Now, I know James Cook and the speed that he has, being able to outrun Jordan Poyer along the sidelines there, beating his pursuit, shows you what James Cook is capable of. But I really believe this play boils down to our offensive line. You could see it again. Look at the crease, a simple handoff to James Cook, Spencer Brown, even Connor McGovern, our center, really holding that defensive line for James Cook to escape for the long, long touchdown. So this video, to me, proves that A, James Cook is progressing into the running back that we all anticipated, and B, our offensive line is proving to dominate opposing defenses, going to the Arizona Cardinals and now the Miami Dolphins. And again, I know the Miami Dolphins have a new defensive coordinator. Things are probably not as sound as what you would assume, and they will be more sound as the season progresses, going against Aaron Cromer, who's been here for several years, James Cook, who's now developing as a pro, and really having some continuity on this offensive line has shown to be a true threat for this Buffalo Bills offense. Now, Emmanuel Echo of ESPN broke down this play of James Cook flawlessly and basically was saying, hey, look, this was really because of Joe Brady and Josh Allen setting up this play for success. You could see the pre-snap motion going on here. You could see that we send James Cook in motion and several other players in motion to determine what type of defense the Miami Dolphins are in. So Emmanuel says that James Cook is in motion, and you could really see the defender here following him. So Josh Allen is understanding that James Cook is in man-to-man coverage, but it doesn't just end with that. We send other players, multiple players, in motion. And I believe the next one they send in motion here is going to be Curtis Samuel to just make sure they're not in like a man zone defense, just to make sure the matchups here are all man. So Curtis Samuel goes in motion, and you could see the man of the Miami Dolphins, the defense, shadowing him and following him. So this further proves to Josh Allen and further proves to Joe Brady that the Miami Dolphins are playing man with both of these players. And what Emmanuel goes on to say here is now Josh Allen has the play recognition. He knows they're in man, and now it's about scheming up a man beater, having a play to specifically beat the man coverage that they are in. And the next thing what you need to do is really focus in on the top of the screen. The 2 wide receivers at the very top of the screen, who I believe one of which is Mac Hollins. You could see what happens here is really a pick route. So one of the man beaters here is a pick route, getting a player in front of one of the players that is in man with someone else. So you kind of pick the player and you create this one-on-one opening since one of our other wide receivers got in his way. You could see as the play develops here, it's a pick route. At the very top of the screen, there's a pick on both of these 2 wide receivers, actually right behind the eyes of Emmanuel Echo right now. These players right there where his hand just was are getting in the way of the defenders, and ultimately the ball is going to go to James Cook, who is just wide open for an easy receiving touchdown. Joe Brady, Josh Allen, having the play recognition, maybe changing the play at the line of scrimmage. You could see the Miami defender right next to Dawson Knox is on the ground. He actually fell on the ground because of the rub from, it looks like Khalil Shakir and the other wide receivers, falls to the ground, and it's just an easy pass and catch to James Cook for the touchdown. So to me, it's not only the offensive line blocking, it's not only James Cook progressing as a running back, but it's also Joe Brady with the pre-motion snap and the moves to really have some recognition of what the defense is doing, so we put our players in the best position to succeed. It starts at the top with Joe Brady coming up with the play, scheming things up, having an audible for Josh Allen, and the play recognition, putting players in motion to determine whether they're in man or not, and understanding if they are to call a specific play to scheme up for James Cook and to have an easy passing touchdown. Next thing we need to understand here is Von Miller. After back-to-back weeks of having sacks, last year not having a single sack, the proof is there that Von Miller is back for the Buffalo Bills. He generated 4 pressures and a sack on 14 pass rushes against the Miami Dolphins and right tackle Austin Jackson. And this shows you that Von Miller, he's playing that left defensive end spot, right defensive end spot. Like, he can play both sides, but primarily you can see the next gen stats that he is lined up on the left side of this defense, and every one of his pressures got to the quarterback in under 2.5 seconds. Miller's 2.1 second sack average time is the fastest ever recorded in a game since 2021, which shows you Von Miller and his quick step is back for the Buffalo Bills. Fully over the ACL, Von Miller is proving to be the quickest step in football still, and I think that's why Von Miller's been so great in his career. It's his first step, his break off the football. As soon as that ball gets snapped, it's like he's already flying past the line of scrimmage. So Von Miller is back. And the last point I want to make here is how Sean McDermott and Bobby Babich have been calling plays defensively for the Buffalo Bills. Only 2 blitzes last week against the Miami Dolphins. Majority of snaps per Greg Cassell were in nickel and dime defense. And keep in mind, right, we don't have Jordan Poyer. We don't have Micah Hyde. We don't have Trey White. We didn't have Taron Johnson. We didn't have Matt Milano. We lost Terrell Bernard. We are beating the Miami Dolphins, one of the most prolific offenses in the NFL, with our backups. Just wait until these players come back for Bills Mafia like Matt Milano. This is going to be absolutely huge. DeMar Hamlin stepping up big time for the Bills. Cam Lewis stepping up big time. Jamarcus Ingram stepping up big time for Bills Mafia, coming away with multiple turnovers versus the Miami Dolphins. This just proves to me that the Buffalo Bills have the depth, and we have a sound defensive coordinator in Bobby Babich who can adjust on a week-to-week basis. Not every week are we going to be a nickel and dime and refuse to get into base defense, even if the Miami Dolphins have a fullback out there. Yes, I could see it changing the upcoming weeks against the Ravens, against the Jaguars, or teams that really want to run the ball. Bills could very well come out with 3 linebackers on the field. But this is the chameleon style of team that we've been talking about, being able to adapt and adjust based on our opponent. But I truly appreciate you guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit like, subscribe for future content. Check the links down below in the description for the BNC chicken wing merch. We have free shipping, sizes small all the way up to 5XL. We have black, blue, gray, red. Also, you can get $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek using promo code BNC. Many of you have been utilizing this, and it's not only for NFL games. You could use it for concerts, hockey games, baseball games, whatever event you want to go to in your local area. Check out SeatGeek. Use promo code BNC to receive $20 off your next purchase. Appreciate you guys. Hit like, subscribe, and go Bills.